January 2016 already. Welcome to our first show of Hot Topics this year. Prescott Gloria Grossa, Executive Assistant with the Prescott Valley Chamber of Commerce. We're glad to have you here today. We have lots of good guests for you, 3 wonderful guests. More than 3. Anyway, Dwayne Prince is our sound guy here today taping. We thank you and the town of Prescott Valley for allowing us to do this for you. We appreciate you letting us be on Channel 56. So thank you so much for that. We have some wonderful guests today, and our first guests are from Heritage Park Zoological Sanctuary. I'll get that right. Wayne Fisher, General Curator, and Alex Shoup, Marketing and Events Coordinator. Gentlemen, come on up and tell us what's going on out at the zoo.
Thanks, Gloria.
So right now, I think the main thing we wanted to talk about is 2 new additions that we recently got into the zoo, and I'll let Wayne kind of start it off from there and tell you about them.
Well, a few weeks ago, and this has been ongoing for several months, in contact with Zoo Miami in Florida to receive, as part of the species survival plan, an endangered species of the clouded leopards. Now, nobody in Arizona has these leopards, and they are a vulnerable species, and we're proud to be part of this organization to house these very special cats for this program, in that they also try to help breed and release in the wild. So we received them just only a few weeks ago, and they're none too happy right now. You got to understand, they're coming from Miami into 20-degree temperatures. So they're a little secluded right now inside their night house. They're not kind of quite coming out, but we hope in a few days with the week, and when the weather warms up, they'll come out and everything.
Hopefully, yeah. I don't know if you kind of touched on how they're part of the species survival plan, which is rare or threatened species. Do you want to talk about why they're part of that, and how we were able to get them compared to a lot of other organizations? Because I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, again, we're one of only several facilities in the United States that houses type of animals like this for this special program. A couple of the other animals that we have are Mexican gray wolves. If you've been to the zoo, you've seen those wolves. They're also part of our program right there. So what's different about this program, as opposed to actually going out and getting an animal like we do that's injured, orphan, unwanted, is that these cats, or even the wolves, can be called upon at any given time frame to be sent anywhere in the United States to further enhance the species survival program. But that is it's hard for us, because we get attached to these animals, and all of a sudden we get a phone call one day and send them to the Ohio Zoo or something like that, and it takes us a little while, reluctantly, but we get them out there. But hopefully we'll keep them for a long time, as well as, like the Mexican gray wolves, that if we have to send 1 or 2 out, they do send us, another wolf or 2 or whatever. So we're hoping this is the same thing with the clouded leopards. If you've never seen these leopards, they're just gorgeous. Very, very little is known about them in the wild. They're so secluded. They're from the Southeast Asia, Malaysia, China area. They're both arboreal and terrestrial. What's really unique about these cats, they're a medium-sized cat. What's unique about them is that their hind legs, their ankles can rotate completely around, just similar to a squirrel. And so they can climb down a tree head first, as well as hang vertically up on a branch, or let's say the enclosure, hanging upside down on their rear legs, just holding on with their claws. Proportionately to their size, what's very cool, I think, about them being an animal guy, is that their canine teeth, proportioned to their size, are the largest canine teeth of any living cat. So if these leopards were the size of a tiger, let's say, their canine teeth would be the size of a saber-toothed tiger. Awesome, very, very cool.
Yeah, I think that's one of I thought the most interesting things about them when I was doing some research about them. They have long tails as well, right? Make them good climbers.
Climber, balancer, yeah. They have short legs, unlike many other cats, but a very long body. These girls are both sisters. They're only 9 months old. They were raised by their mom, but alike, unfortunately, sometimes in these programs or other programs, they might pull them away from the mom and that, to send them elsewhere to different facilities and everything to just continue the lineage and everything in that.
So I guess if you're interested in seeing them, just be realistic in knowing that they are very elusive, and if you do come out to the zoo, we hope that you'll see them, but keep expectations in check. They're very elusive, even in the wild. Like Wayne said, very little is known about them because people just can't find them. They can't catch up with them and study
Right.
them.
In the animal world, a species like this is relied upon with the locals. That the locals are out there foraging, doing whatever, trails, driving, whatever, and they're the ones that might see these cats or similar type of species that are endangered. And so very heavy is relied upon is the locals of those areas to get the information out that they've seen these particular cats here and there to get those numbers. They're a brown type of color, but they also come in a beautiful silver gray. The two girls that we have are a brown color, very large spots. And what's also interesting is they're a type of cat that can purr like a house cat. They can't roar, but they can make these sounds like a roar, which is very unique coming from a small cat.
Yeah, they're kind of a mixture of kind of that in between the big cats and small
they
cats.
They are
right?
that step between the small cats and the large cats.
And that's typically for people watching, I guess, the difference really is kind of that difference of being able to roar or purr, correct?
Right.
The big cats can roar but can't purr, and small cats.
Exactly.
And these can kind of do both.
Right, they can do
that's
both.
interesting.
Yes. Yes. Please come on out. But again, like Alex said, be realistic. If there's any chance that we can get them out to show you, we always do that. But we just might not be able to.
Hopefully in the next month or two, as it gets warmer, like you said,
Yeah.
we'll have them out a little more. So we'll see.
Tell us where you're located.
1403 Heritage Park Road here in Prescott. Website is www.heritageparkzoo.org, and the phone number is 928-778-4242.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
It's always interesting to see what kind of animals that they have out there because they're so unique because it is a rescue facility. We have another guest with us from Mortimer Farm. Cecilia, come on up and tell us what's going on out there. I know you have a lot of things going on this year.
Thank you, Gloria. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I'm also excited to be here, and I'm going to be also talking about some animals that we have out at Mortimer Farms and Mortimer Ranch and Mortimer Landscaping and Mortimer Nursery. So I guess you know that the Mortimer name here in this region has become quite synonymous with just all kinds of fun. And that's what's happening right now with Mortimer Farms, is we're getting ready to really launch something that is going to be really exciting. And, I want to step back just a little bit and talk a little bit about Gary and Charlotte Mortimer. They couldn't be here today, so they asked that I speak. And I was really glad, thank you, Gloria, for letting me come here and talk, because their story, to me, is the true American spirit of entrepreneurs. And what they have been doing in this region has just been phenomenal. I don't know if a lot of people know that Gary was born and raised in Iowa. I mean, he grew up growing corn. And Charlotte Mortimer was she was grown in Mesa, and she was born and raised in Mesa, and she was on a citrus and peach. So it's a farm, but it's like the boy from Iowa met the girl from Arizona, and they came together here in Prescott. And so very exciting story. In 1987, of course, they started the nursery that's over here in Prescott. But I want to say it was about 5 years ago that, unbeknownst to a lot of people, the 300-acre farm down here, not too far from Prescott Valley, just down Highway 69, that place was going to be gutted and turned into a housing development. And a lot of us that have lived here for years, we held our breath because that farm is what America is all about. And it's what all the children are not being able to understand what's going on, where is their food coming from. A lot of children think that food comes from McDonald's. They think they go to McDonald's and that's where the food comes from. So what the Mortimers have been doing over the last 5 years is that they have taken over this 300 acres and they're bringing it back to the rich history that it's had for over 200 years. That, that Aquifer River has been flowing through there. And there's trees that are 200 years old. And what they're really well known for at Mortimer Farms is, of course, the pumpkin festivals and the sweet corn festivals. And I don't know how many people have attended these, but there's thousands and thousands of people that come from all over the Southwest. I was just amazed this coming past October. I was taking pictures of families that were coming, and I was asking them, where are you from? Where are you driving from? And people were driving as far as New Mexico and all the way from Colorado and Utah, and they were coming down to Mortimer Farms to have that experience that children don't get to have as often anymore. So the exciting thing that's happening now at the farm is that Gary and Charlotte Mortimer are going to be opening up what is called Mortimer Farm Park. And this is going to be a park for families to come and maybe kind of disengage a little bit from the laptops and the computers and the phones and go out to the park and just have some good old-fashioned fun. There's some good old-fashioned rides that you don't see. It's not going to be the carnival that you go to. You're not going to see that. It's going to be the good old-fashioned rides. They're just fun. They're the old tires that you get on and you can ride on. They're going to have an open pit fire pit so that you can cook s'mores. How much fun is it to sit there with your family and cook some I can't say that word. How do you say it, Gloria? S'mores over an open fire pit. Boy, try saying all that. And so the grand opening, we were hoping to have the grand opening in January, but because we're thankful for all the moisture and all the snow that we've been having, because the flowers and the plants they're all singing down there, but that does not make it very conducive to having a bunch of people come out for the grand opening. So what we've done is we've moved the grand opening to March of the Mortimer Farm Park, and so we'll be sending out information and we'll be emailing people, and we're going to let everybody know what the farm park is going to entail. I just want to read on this little flyer. Farm rides for kids, the petting zoo. The petting zoo is the smaller farm animals, like the little goats, and kids for some reason they just love to go up there. And as you guys know, it's fun to pet. Of course, there'll be free parking. One of the things that we found that farm friends love to do is to take pictures in a farm setting. And they had their little cell phones and their selfies, and they love to take pictures of being out there on the farm. And so we'll have picture taking settings for that. And of course we'll have outdoor tables for lunches and picnics, birthday parties, family reunions, gatherings. One of the things that Mortimer Park does very well, and Mortimer Farms, is the weddings. I don't think people realize that there are unbelievable settings for weddings out there. And we do have a covered barn in case of bad weather. A lot of the brides choose to get married down by underneath the big trees, down by the river, and then they go up and have their celebration in the barn with the good old-fashioned cowboy boots and the music and the dancing, and it's just a blast. And of course, Mortimer, with their kitchen, can prepare all the food as well. So speaking of food, that's the other thing that I have to make sure I talk about this, because on our website we have just now downloaded all of the canned goods, and so that if anybody in Utah or Colorado want to go ahead and purchase Mortimer canned goods, they can do it all over the world now. So we've got our canned goods so that people from Australia and Africa and Europe want to purchase the Mortimer Farm food, they can. And this food is just so darn yummy. I know I'm running out of time here. I want to make sure that I get everything that I wanted to talk about. They will also be publishing some little books for kiddos so that little kids can understand about farming and read it in an actual farm book. So we'll have that at the Sweet Corn Festival, we'll have it at the Pumpkin Festival, and we just invite everybody to come out. The store is always open. The store is open 7 days a week, opens at 8 a.m., goes till 6 p.m. You can buy grass-fed beef, you can buy turkeys, chickens, ham, all of that from Mortimer Ranch, which is just located 10 miles down the road. So we invite everybody to come out, enjoy Mortimers as much as we do, and we really are thankful that the whole area continues to help support the small farmers and the small businesses in our community. And I guess that's it, Gloria.
Give us your address.
The address, let me tell you, the address is 12907 East State Route 169. What I tell people, it's on Highway 169 and 69 on the corner, right across from Galpin. And the telephone number is 928-830-1116. And during the month of January, if you want to come out to get a free half sandwich, come on out on us. Just mention that you saw it here with Gloria.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is an awesome place. If you haven't been down there, be sure and visit Mortimer Farms. Our last guest today is Prescott Valley Little League. We have a couple of ladies here that are going to tell us all about what is going on. Ladies, come on up. Amy Fowler and Tara Cassandra. No, Castaneda. I'll get it right. Thank you, ladies.
Alrighty, so hello, I will start. Actually, we'll start with Happy New Year from Prescott Valley Little League. My name is Amy Fowler. I'm the treasurer for Prescott Valley Little League, and this is Tara.
I'm Tara Castaneda. I'm your secretary and softball commissioner.
Yes, so we are here to talk about Little League because it's already that time again. Time to sign the little ones up, and we would just like to talk about the divisions, the pricing, also what we're looking for, etc. Tara, would you like to start with the divisions?
Yeah, definitely. So just so you know, online registration is now open. It's been open since December 1st. You can go to pvll.org to get started there. I guess we can start with T-ball. Our T-ball is typically 4 to 6 year olds. It's the starter level. Typically it's going to be more fun than anything. Kids are hitting off the tee and just learning some of the basics, fundamentals, and all that good stuff. T-ball and farm are both $60.
$60.
Yes.
And then farm is usually 6 to 8 years old, where they're a little bit more advanced, obviously. They're hitting off of a pitching machine. And then your minor, your major, your junior levels, they're all pitching to each other. They're at that age where we're teaching them how to pitch, teaching them how to hit off people. You know, we typically utilize the batting cages.
Yeah, definitely the batting cages help with that
at
for
Full
sure.
Swing, so thank you, Full Swing, to just teach them the fundamentals and get them out there, get them to be part of a team because, I mean, that's what it's about. It's about building friendships, being committed to something, and, I mean, to watch the kids grow from 4 years old up is just amazing. It totally tickles my heart. I know she's really excited because her little Marley wants to play so bad, and she's still a little bit young.
Yes.
But yeah, the older levels are $80 for the fee.
So we do farm and T-ball at $60. Then you have minors, majors, and juniors all at $80. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Other than that, we discussed how online registration is now open. We have 2 in-person registrations on the calendar at the moment. The first one will be this January 23rd. It's next Saturday, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
next Saturday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Prescott Valley Library. And then the next date is going to be February 20th. Again, 9 to 12 in the Prescott Valley Library. We're trying to fix in another little date in there. We haven't set a date yet, but to do a night. A weeknight to meet to do another registration just because of all us working parents. Could use probably that extra day because we are absolutely closing registration by February 20th. That is the last time you're going to be able to register. And last year we had maybe 80 registrations after that. So it's really hard to order uniforms when we have that many late registrations, so we're trying to put an end to that. Tara, do you want to talk about umpires, coaches?
Yeah, so what we need from the community, most importantly, is more volunteers, whether it's board members. We have board members, we have subcommittees that work underneath the board members. We need umpires, scorekeepers. Obviously, most teams need a team mom or some type of assistant in addition to the assistant coach. So coaches by the buckets, volunteers by the buckets, as many as we can get. It's definitely needed. I know we work and have children and coach, and I know it's a lot, but it's doable, and we do it for the kids. So,
and like honestly, it's really not that hard. Like I work 50 to 60 hours a week. I know Tara works a lot, but like it's what we want to put into it for the kids to make it that better experience for them. And like Tara coached, I assistant coached her last year for the most part. I mean, if we're already there at the field, why not help out? I mean, it just helps the kids, and then the kids know you, and then it just builds that morale.
Well, just like it does between the kids, you know, not only do they build that friendship and that teammate type of feel, they also look at us coaches too for another level of support, I suppose. And for me, it's extremely rewarding to even run into some of my players at the grocery store. Is a lot of fun. So, and they look at me and they get excited, and so at the end of the day, it's just a great feel for everybody. So.
Absolutely. And then our next board meeting is going to be February 3rd at the Civic Center in room 332. It's at 6 o'clock at night, so if anybody can come, I mean, we welcome all voices. We want, you know, everybody to be heard, and if you have ideas, bring them to the table.
Absolutely.
We accept everything. I mean, I've only been doing this is my second year now, and I'm learning so much from it. So, I mean, you don't have to know everything about everything there is to know about baseball and softball.
Other than that, I think some of the new stuff we want to talk about, some exciting stuff. It looks like the league is now going to have a batting cage at the field, which is going to be something for us to use as coaches, something that we can also give back to the community.
Absolutely.
Too. So the batting cage / pitching machine area will be new this season, which is very exciting. What else is new? The scorekeeper. You want to talk about the new scorekeeping, or?
I'm not exactly.
Okay. So we are going to adopt.
With that,
we're going to adopt a new scorekeeping system, something that Prescott uses. It's something that's digital, so we can do it on tablets. The parents can follow the players. The coaches can follow the players. You can look at individual stats for teams or players. And like I said, Prescott uses it. They love it, and that's something we're now going to adopt, and we're looking forward to things like that. So lots of new changes happening.
And then, like we said, you know, if you'd like to register or if you'd like to help out, go to our website, pvll.org, or you can go to prescottvalleyll@yahoo.com. You can also look at us on Facebook and reach out to us there. Okay, thank you so much, Gloria, for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank everybody else.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful show today. We have a lot of exciting things going on. So be sure you get out to the zoo and find out what's going on at the zoo, Mortimer Farms, find out what's going on out there, and the Little League. If you have kids, even if you don't have kids, you can volunteer to be a coach, assistant coach, a scorekeeper. You can be out there. Our grandson did it for a couple of years, and he loved it. There you go. You don't have to have a player. You can coach. Thank you all so much for being here today and for sharing everything that you have to share with us. Thank you, Dwayne, for being here with us, and the town of Prescott Valley for allowing us to do this. We look forward to next month. We'll be back in February to do another Hot Topic show. Thank you, and have a great day.